You know how in horror movies the second one is always about revenge? I feel like we're living in the sequel now. The first one was in summer of 2020, right where he left off, and he's picking right back up summer 2025 to get things going again. And the writing isn't even that good on the sequel because the storylines are pretty much the same. You have people who are using their First Amendment right that's in the Constitution to protest peacefully, and it's being escalated by the media and, of course, his little cronies and whatever military he can send in. So his enemy, the very blue liberal city, is now painted as a hellscape that no one would want to go to. It's really interesting how he does the same thing over and over again while he's most likely shitting his pants at home. Unfortunately for him, this is never going to be a trilogy or an anthology because America is never going to be a white nation, and it never has been a white nation. This country is built on the backs of immigrants, built for immigrants by immigrants. Immigrants are what make this country what it is. What makes America great is the inventions of immigrants, the labor of immigrants, the traditions and culture of immigrants. That is what this country is made of. And what our president is doing is the most un-American because he's throwing our Constitution out the window. In Portland in 2020, we saw a lot of the same things we're seeing in Los Angeles, like the fumbling C team who's tear gassing themselves and who are just out to create havoc. Now let's talk about those C-tier ICE agents who get no training and are out tear gassing themselves on the front lines. They make around $60,000 a year. Who knows what that is after tax and take home. And they probably have to pay for their own travel knowing this administration. So let's talk about them. They would actually make more money at a company that I rally against because of their labor practices, Walmart. They would make more money and have better benefits if they went to work in the deli and Walmart, and they wouldn't have to deal with all these occupational hazards like tear gassing yourself. But let's be honest, it's not about the pay, it's about the racism and the allowance of racism they get being an ICE agent. And now the Marines are being called in as an escalation to this peaceful protest where televised award shows are happening blocks away. If it was really a war zone, do you think that they'd be doing televised award shows a few blocks away? It reminds me of how Top Chef came to Portland and they were filming in the middle of what was a war zone. People were getting kidnapped and